Okay, Adam, I know a lot of sports got back into action. Winter sports really getting going. Some spring sports starting. And, of course, women's basketball with a bunch of action, too. What all do we have?
Women's basketball, big win at Carmichael on Sunday. They beat Virginia 81-68.
Boots on the ground for the Angel family at the women's game. It was not me personally, but there were boots on the ground. And report was it was a good crowd in Carmichael.
Yes. And they needed that crowd. The game was tied at 52. Oh, no. What's going to happen? Are Tar Heel Warriors going to suffer a home defeat?
Nah.
No. They're going to win 81-68. Jones already mentioned Deja Kelly had 27. Alyssa Usby said, wait a second. They're not giving you that powerful performance just yet.
Not just yet.
I'm going to have 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Almost another triple-double.
Close. The Tar Heels honored the 94 championship team, wore throwback jerseys.
Yeah.
Those jerseys look like they're from the 30s.
Well,
but they're from the 90s. That's disturbing to me.
Two things. One, it was It was gross. No, it was great that Sylvia Hatcher was back.
Well played candidate.
Oh, yeah. I think this first game she's been back in Carmichael since her tenure ended here in Chapel Hill. So great to see Coach Hatchell back. Of course, a huge part of Carolina women's basketball history. And because, Adam, I was out and about in my car a little bit while the game was going on, so I was listening to our friend Matt Krause call the game, and he gave me some information on those uniforms, Adam. He told me personally on the radio that Carolina had to get a special waiver from the NCAA to wear these uniforms because they wore them untucked. And heaven knows you better get away. I mean, these are the important things. Yeah, these are the important things that the NCAA is taking care of, is making sure that you get a waiver sent in probably on company letterhead that you can wear your jersey untucked for your special throwback jersey day, because they wanted to wear them untucked. Because I guess they wore them untucked in 94. That was, I guess, pre-waiver needed. But they had some kind of unique design with the navy blue stripe and Carolina at the very bottom of the jersey itself. So the Tar Heels had to get a waiver. I learned that from Matt Krause. Thank you, Matt.
I just imagine at NCAA headquarters in Indianapolis, I guess is still where it is, and they're sitting there like, guys, college sports is hanging by a thread, and you ain't going to believe what somebody is asked to do now. And everybody's like, what? What has happened? I have a letter here from Courtney Banghart that says she wants her team. Is everybody sitting down? Sit down over there, Charlie. She wants her team to wear untucked jerseys for an entire basketball game on a Sunday at Carmichael Arena against Virginia. Let's bring this to a vote.
Yeah. Everybody get together. Let's call Condoleezza Rice. We need her on this.
The future of college athletics is at stake.
Yeah.
Every player is going to have their jersey untucked.
Untucked, guys. Can you imagine what people might think if they see this on TV?
College
they
athletes.
Might think that we don't have control of college athletics if these young ladies have their jerseys untucked.
These young ladies will be running up and down the court completely untucked for 40 minutes, possibly more if there's overtime.
Yeah. Whew.
Deja Kelly's out there untucked.
Bullet dodged. We got the waiver, Adam. Everything's okay.
I feel sure that was only a one-game waiver. You aren't going to see those jerseys again. I probably had to
What
send
do you think the vote was? It was probably
like 5-4.
9-7.
Yeah.
It's close.
I bet they had to send the jerseys to Indianapolis for them to be either burned or locked up so that there would be no danger of college athletics being besmirched.
We must eliminate these jerseys. They've been worn once. They must now be eliminated forever.
Plus, what if other teams see them and then they're like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
What if we untucked our jerseys? Yep. You know LSU would do that.
Yeah.
They'd be done like, we're untucking everything. Let's go. The Tar Heels started it all.
Yeah.
But they got the win.
Thank you, Matt Krause, for that piece of information.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It sounds like he might have been involved in that waiver.
Maybe so. Maybe he was the person. He made sure it was formalized and ready to go, that the margins were correct. And
I picture that on the waiver, like Carolina had to draw a picture of what it was going to look like using a stick figure. Like jersey comes down to here with like a little arrow pointing to it.
The little figure has like a little hair and a little smiley face.
Okay, the Tar Heels will tuck in their jerseys when they go to Georgia Tech on Thursday night, as far as we know.
Maybe, yeah.
But they'll be back at home on Sunday against Louisville, and who knows what's going to happen then.
So Louisville's I think Louisville might be atop the ACC right now, if I'm not mistaken.
15-2, 4-0 overall. They do lead the conference.
Yeah,
yes.
so that'll be a big one next Sunday. What time is that?
Sunday.
Sunday.
We'll tell you more on Friday's show.
Yeah.
You can't give the people everything,
Yeah,
Jones,
that's
on
right.
the Tuesday show.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back on Friday for that information.
Other winter sports, gymnastics, a little bit of an improvement
Yep.
in the overall score. They got a 195.150.
Yep.
At the quad meet, the highlight was individually Isabel Schaefer, 9.925 on bars. That's the third highest in program history.
Tar Heels are good on the bars. They've had a good start on the bars.
They will be back at home on Friday against NC State. That's the inaugural ACC meet ever at Carmichael.
Just a dual meet,
I believe so.
and that's this Friday.
Yes, 3 days from now.
Wait, Tar Heels are at BC, and I will be with
In
the Tar
basketball,
Heels.
yes.
I will be with the Tar Heels at BC. Well, it's don't worry, Tar Heel Gymnast. I will be watching on ACC Network that evening, and or ACC Network Extra, whichever one it's available on.
So you won't get to see Jones at Carmichael, but you can see the gymnast.
Well, guess no need to go now. Won't get a chance. Can't take a picture of me watching the gymnast like you do of Adam watching the basketball game.
That does seem to happen a bit. Wrestling went on their Ivy League bender. They lost to Penn. They beat Brown. They lost to Harvard. Lachlan McNeil wins in all 3 matches, including his 9th win over a ranked opponent. Maybe we'll hear more from him in the future.
Canadian.
And then, that's right. As Jones mentioned, some spring sports starting to peek their head up above out of the groundhog hole.
Yeah, that's right. It's like little flowers that are trying to break through the snowy base of the ground.
And if women's tennis played, you know they won. They beat Elon 7-0 indoors. They surprised them with their championship rings before the match. That was some fun video. I like that.
Yeah. Fiona looked very happy.
No surprise.
Fiona, if you're collecting hardware, there's but one the potty. It's still here. You're the only one, Fiona.
Now they've set the bar that you should surprise people with the trophy. We should, right before she takes the court.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like, let's wait till a big ACC match later this year, like Tar Heels are about to take on Duke. Like, guys, hold on. One, Fiona's going to sing the national anthem a cappella, and here's her potty.
The men's tennis season, the regular season begins by hosting Campbell on Thursday. They had the Tar Heel Invitational this weekend. Those are just exhibition matches. And Jones, you'll be watching gymnastics on ACC Network Extra on Friday.